The world is full of endless desires and an insatiable appetite for more. We're constantly bombarded with advertisements promising us a better life, more happiness, and greater fulfillment if we just buy this or that. This constant push towards consumerism has left many people feeling unfulfilled, unhappy, and constantly searching for something that seems just out of reach. This is where Stoicism comes in. It encourages us to cultivate a sense of contentment and peace of mind, regardless of our external circumstances. According to Marcus Aurelius, don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Stick with the situation at hand and ask, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You'll be embarrassed to answer. In this blog post, we'll explore the principles of Stoicism and how they can help us find contentment in a world that's always pushing us to want more. Whether you're new to Stoicism or just looking for some practical tips on how to apply it to your life, this post is for you. It's the constant pursuit of desires in our modern society. We are constantly bombarded with messages that encourage us to chase after our desires. Whether it's the latest gadget, the trendiest fashion, or the most luxurious vacation, we are told that fulfillment and happiness lie in the attainment of these external possessions. However, it is becoming increasingly clear that this constant pursuit of desires often leads to a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction and longing. The biggest trap that desire sets up for us is to put our focus on what we don't have, rather than what we do. Since what we don't have is the entire world, no matter what we have, we still can have more, as the story of Alexander shows. By definition, there will always be things that we don't have. Why do we have this sense of poverty? How do we say goodbye to the misery caused by our desire? One effective strategy is to take our eyes off what we don't have and look at what we do have. We can control this by following the advice of Marcus Aurelius: don't dream about things you don't have. Instead, think about the best things you now have and how much you would crave them if you didn't have them. At the same time, don't value them so much that you will be upset if you lose them. Stoicism offers an alternative approach to finding contentment in a world filled with endless desires. Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus from external achievements and material possessions to cultivating inner virtues and adopting a mindset of acceptance and gratitude. The core principle of Stoicism is the understanding that many of the things we desire are beyond our control. By seeking contentment in things outside of our control, we subject ourselves to a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. Instead, Stoics suggest that true fulfillment can be found by redirecting our attention inward and focusing on cultivating virtues such as wisdom, self-discipline, and resilience. By embracing Stoicism, we can free ourselves from the never-ending pursuit of desires and find contentment in the present moment. Rather than constantly chasing after the next big thing, Stoicism encourages us to appreciate what we already have and to find joy in the simple pleasures of life. Throughout this blog series, we will explore the principles of Stoicism and delve into practical strategies for incorporating its teachings into our daily lives. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can navigate the challenges of our consumer-driven society and find a sense of peace and contentment that transcends material possessions. So, join us on this journey of self-discovery and let's embrace Stoicism as a guiding philosophy for finding true fulfillment in a world of endless desires. To approach to desires and contentment. The Stoic philosophy offers a profound perspective on desires and contentment. In a world where our desires seem insatiable and constantly evolving, embracing Stoicism can provide us with a powerful tool for finding contentment. According to Stoic teachings, desires stem from our attachment to external things or outcomes. We often seek happiness and fulfillment in possessions, achievements, or the approval of others. However, the Stoics argue that true contentment lies in recognizing that these external factors are beyond our control. Instead of chasing after endless desires, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By shifting our focus from external circumstances to our internal state, we can find a sense of contentment that is not reliant on external factors. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the practice of negative visualization. This involves contemplating the loss or absence of the things we desire. By envisioning the potential absence of what we hold dear, we develop a greater appreciation for what we currently have. This practice helps us detach ourselves from the constant pursuit of desires and cultivates gratitude for the present moment. Furthermore, the Stoics emphasize the importance of distinguishing between what is in our control and what is not. We often waste energy and become frustrated by trying to control external circumstances that are beyond our influence. By accepting the limitations of our control and focusing on our own actions and attitudes, we can find a sense of peace and content. Practicing gratitude and acceptance. It's easy to get caught up in the never-ending cycle of desires and aspirations as we are constantly bombarded with advertisements and social media posts, showcasing a seemingly perfect life filled with material possessions and accomplishments. It's no wonder that many of us feel a sense of discontentment and always yearn for more. However, embracing the principles of Stoicism can help us find contentment amidst this chaos. One of the key practices of Stoicism is gratitude and acceptance. Instead of constantly focusing on what we lack, we shift our attention towards appreciating what we already have. Practicing gratitude allows us to cultivate a sense of abundance and fulfillment. It reminds us of the blessings and privileges we often take for granted. Whether it's a loving family, good health, or a roof over our heads, there is always something to be grateful for. By acknowledging and expressing gratitude for these things, we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance. Acceptance is another vital aspect of Stoicism. It involves acknowledging and embracing the things we cannot change. By accepting the realities of life, including its imperfections and uncertainties, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. We learn to focus on the present moment rather than dwelling on what could have been or what might be in the future. Practicing gratitude and acceptance is not about settling for mediocrity or complacency. It's about finding contentment and peace within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. It allows us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, appreciating the simple joys and cherishing the relationships and experiences that truly matter. So, take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. Write them down, share them with loved ones, or simply pause and appreciate them silently. Embrace the power of acceptance and let go of the constant pursuit of desires. In doing so, you will find contentment in the present moment and discover a newfound sense of inner peace. Cultivating self-discipline and detachment. In a world that bombards us with endless desires and constant distractions, cultivating self-discipline and detachment can be the key to finding true contentment. Stoicism, a philosophy that dates back to ancient Greece, offers valuable insights and practical techniques for achieving this state of mind. Self-discipline is the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in alignment with our values and goals. It is the cornerstone of Stoicism, as it enables us to resist the temptations and impulses that often lead us astray. By practicing self-discipline, we can prioritize what truly matters to us and avoid being swept away by fleeting desires or external pressures. One way to cultivate self-discipline is through the practice of delayed gratification. This means consciously choosing to postpone immediate pleasures or gratifications in favor of long-term goals or values. By training ourselves to delay gratification, we develop resilience, perseverance, and the ability to make choices that align with our deeper values. Detachment, on the other hand, involves letting go of our attachment to external outcomes and circumstances. It means recognizing that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control our response to it. By practicing detachment, we free ourselves from the anxiety and dissatisfaction that often accompany our endless desires and expectations. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, such as our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, and to accept with equanimity the things that are beyond our control. This doesn't mean becoming apathetic or indifferent, but rather developing a sense of resilience and acceptance in the face of life's ups and downs. By cultivating self-discipline and detachment, we can find contentment and inner peace amidst the chaos of modern life. We can learn to appreciate what we have rather than constantly chasing after what we lack. Embracing Stoicism allows us to live a more intentional and meaningful life, grounded in our values and free from the endless desires that often leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. Mindfulness in finding contentment. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in finding contentment, especially in a world that constantly bombards us with desires and distractions. In the pursuit of material possessions and societal expectations, We often lose touch with the present moment and become consumed by thoughts of what we lack or what we think will make us happy. Practicing mindfulness allows us to shift our focus from the external world to our internal state of being. It is about cultivating a deep awareness and acceptance of the present moment without judgment or attachment. By bringing our attention to the here and now, we can better appreciate the simple joys and blessings that already exist in our lives. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to our thoughts and emotions. We begin to recognize the patterns of desire, comparison, and dissatisfaction that arise within us. Instead of being carried away by these fleeting desires, we can observe them with curiosity and let them go. Mindfulness helps us develop a sense of detachment from our desires, allowing us to find contentment in the present moment rather than constantly chasing after the next thing. Moreover, mindfulness helps us cultivate gratitude and appreciation for what we already have. It encourages us to focus on the abundance in our lives rather than constantly striving for more. By being fully present and aware, we can savor the simple pleasures, cultivate deeper connections with others, and find contentment in the richness of the present moment. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives can take many forms, such as meditation, mindful breathing exercises, or simply bringing our full attention to the tasks we engage in. By making mindfulness a regular practice, we can navigate the endless desires of the world with a sense of calm, clarity, and contentment, overcoming the fear of missing. In today's hyper-connected and constantly evolving world, the fear of missing out has become increasingly pervasive. We are bombarded with enticing advertisements, captivating social media posts, and the constant pressure to be a part of every experience and opportunity. It's no wonder that many of us find ourselves plagued by the unsettling feeling that we are missing out on something better or more exciting. However, embracing Stoicism can help us overcome this fear and find contentment in the present moment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and accept that we cannot partake in every single experience or possess every material desire. It encourages us to shift our perspective from constantly seeking external validation and instant gratification to finding fulfillment within ourselves. To overcome the fear of missing out, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness and practice mindfulness. By being present and fully engaged in the current moment, we can appreciate and derive satisfaction from the experiences, relationships, and possessions that we already have. Instead of constantly chasing after the next big thing, we can learn to find joy and contentment in the simple pleasures and meaningful connections that enrich our lives. Additionally, practicing gratitude is a powerful antidote. Taking the time to reflect on and appreciate what we have rather than fixating on what we lack can help us shift our mindset towards contentment. By acknowledging and expressing gratitude for the abundance in our lives, we can cultivate a sense of fulfillment and reduce the incessant desire for more. Ultimately, overcoming the fear of missing out requires a conscious effort to align our values and priorities with the principles of Stoicism. By embracing the philosophy of focusing on what truly matters and finding contentment in the present moment, we can free ourselves from the constant need for external validation and endless desires. In doing so, we can discover a deeper sense of fulfillment and inner peace in a world that often seeks to convince us otherwise. Embracing simplicity and minimalism. In a world filled with endless desires and constant consumerism, embracing simplicity and minimalism can be a powerful way to find contentment. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us to focus on what truly matters and let go of unnecessary attachment. Simplicity and minimalism go hand in hand, with the Stoic principle living in accordance with nature. By decluttering our lives and removing excess, we create space for what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. This can be applied to our physical surroundings, our daily routines, and even our digital lives. One way to embrace simplicity is to take a minimalist approach to our possessions. Instead of accumulating more and more things, we can adopt a mindset of intentional consumption. This means only bringing items into our lives that serve a purpose or bring. By doing so, we reduce the burden of material possessions and free ourselves from the constant desire for more. Similarly, simplifying our daily routines can bring a sense of calm and contentment. By prioritizing what truly matters and eliminating unnecessary tasks or commitments, We create more time and space for the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. This could mean simplifying our schedules, saying no to activities or events that drain our energy, and focusing on self-care and personal growth. In the digital age, embracing simplicity and minimalism can also mean decluttering our digital lives. Unsubscribe from unnecessary email subscriptions, limit time spent on social media, and curate our online content to align with our values and interests. By reducing digital noise, we create a more focused and intentional online experience. Applying Stoic principles. Applying Stoic principles in everyday life can be a transformative experience, helping us find contentment in a world that constantly bombards us with desires and external pressures. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy developed by the Greeks and Romans, offers practical wisdom and guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. One key principle of Stoicism is understanding and accepting that there are things within our control and things beyond our control. By focusing our energy and attention on the things we can control, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can cultivate inner peace and resilience. Another important aspect of Stoicism is practicing gratitude and embracing the present moment. In a society that often glorifies future goals and material possessions, Stoicism reminds us to find contentment in what we already have and appreciate the simple joys of life. By shifting our perspective and adopting an attitude of gratitude, we can cultivate a sense of fulfillment and reduce the incessant craving for more. Stoicism also encourages us to embrace challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth, rather than being overwhelmed by external circumstances. We can develop an inner strength and resilience by reframing obstacles as opportunities to practice virtue and develop our character. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature and living a virtuous life. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline, we can align our actions with our values and live a life of integrity and moral purpose. Incorporating Stoic principles into our everyday lives requires practice and self-reflection. It involves consciously choosing to respond to external events with wisdom and inner calm, rather than being carried away by our emotions or external. By adopting Stoic principles, we can find contentment amidst the chaos of modern life and cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment that transcends the endless desires of the world. Lasting contentment through Stoic philosophy, the world where consumerism and the pursuit of endless desires seem to be the norm. Finding lasting contentment can feel like an elusive goal. However, by embracing the principles of Stoic philosophy, we can cultivate a mindset that allows us to find true contentment amidst the chaos. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, rather than being consumed by external factors. It encourages us to accept the things we cannot change and to find peace in the present moment. By shifting our perspective and letting go of the constant need for more, we can find a sense of contentment that is not reliant on external circumstances. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is the understanding that happiness does not come from acquiring more material possessions or achieving certain goals. Instead, it comes from cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. By prioritizing these virtues in our lives, we can find a deeper sense of fulfillment that goes beyond fleeting desires. An important aspect of Stoic philosophy is the practice of negative visualization. This involves imagining the loss of the things we hold dear, whether it be our loved ones, our possessions, or our status. By regularly contemplating the impermanence of these things, we can develop a greater appreciation for what we have and find contentment in the present moment.